Hello, it is Seth Cornell. Today I'm gonna do my first ever video where I just talk about the original series itself. Today I'm doing the top 5 worst Phineas and Ferb episodes. Well, Phineas and Ferb has got lots of good episodes. Today we talk about the bad episodes. Let's do the countdown. Number 5 is none other than Roller Coaster. One of the least interesting Phineas and Ferb episodes ever made. Well, I'm gonna start off with this is the show's pilot, so of course it's not gonna be as good as the original series, but it's not. I'm really not big on this one. The best thing to say about this episode is that.
Man, that was lame. Wow.
Yes, this was a pretty lame episode of Phineas and Ferb. It was not one of the best TV series pilots I ever seen. One of the worst TV show pilots I ever seen. And the concept about them building a roller coaster. This must be one of the most dangerous and legal things they ever done. This one's almost as stupid as the plans on Phineas and Ferb as grown-ups. This is easily one of amongst the most boringest, forgettable pilot Phineas and Ferb episodes I've seen. Let's go on to number 4 is no other than Phineas and Ferb Robots. An episode of Phineas and Ferb about robots. So, in this particular episode of Phineas and Ferb, they build robots of themselves, and the robots start to take over, I believe. The plot line was just so off. It was so hard to follow this one. Like I don't even really remember. I really do not remember. And the song the dancing to annoyed me pretty quick. Take a listen for yourself. Okay, I think you heard enough. Okay, repeating your existence of who you are does not make a good song. This is amongst one of the worst songs I ever heard. Is this even really a song like the song that David did? A song with something to keep it on track. This just is the most annoyingest voice repeating something. And the 15 minutes you were watching this episode, I feel like an hour special of Phineas and Ferb, but done super wrong. If you ever come across this Phineas and Ferb episode, give it a skip in place for Milo Murphy's Law. This episode is easily amongst one of my least favorites. Let's go on to number 3 is Phineas and Ferb meet the Avengers. As here's a good idea for a Phineas and Ferb special. How about you take one of my least favorite movie franchise? And this episode is supposed to be a crossover episode. For a crossover episode, it focuses very little on Phineas and Ferb's law attracted the Avengers. It mainly focuses on this plot about the Avengers meeting Dr. Doofenshmirtz and trying, and he wants to be like them and take over the world, and takes 22 minutes and 20 minutes of them to meet the Avengers and Phineas and Ferb to actually meet, and the episode is 45 minutes. How could a cartoon crossover even possibly get that stupid? That focuses little about a crossover. How is it even remotely possible for that to happen? How is this a crossover? Phineas and Ferb crossovers can be done well. The Phineas and Ferb Milo Murphy's Law crossover is done well. it actually had clever references from both sides. That just shows that Phineas and Ferb can do crossovers well. Phineas and Ferb's Avengers crossover was easily my least favorite crossover that the Phineas and Ferb universe ever made. And number 2 is no other than Phineas and Ferb Halloween Special. So here is the 5 list of absolutely everything you should not do in a holiday special. Let's see. You should not have the story being go all over the place and have no idea. Make the viewers have no idea what's happening. You should not make the episode absolutely boring. You should also not a bunch of confusing side stories just to top this whole thing off. Okay, what kind of special is this? This is the worst weekend special ever made. Specials on Phineas and Ferb can be done well, like the Christmas special is actually done well. Because everyone involved actually had ideas for it, and there's a true connection behind with all the characters in the Christmas special. But this is easily my least favorite special Phineas and Ferb ever done on their show. There is really nothing to this special. It is just the plot's all over the place. The story's boring. It feels much longer. And of course, it has to end on a cliffhanger and never be finished. I have noticed quite a few things wrong with this special. Now let's get on to number 1. I do not have a single doubt in my mind there is a worse Phineas and Ferb episode. Now let's get on to it. Without any doubt, the number 1 worst Phineas and Ferb episode is Phineas and Ferb at the Age. Here's an idea for a Phineas and Ferb episode. Let's make one where Phineas and Ferb are now teenagers. Because, yeah, I'm sure that's what everyone wants to see now. And I'm sure that every single person down Disney XD pushed this thing to be amazing, when it's really the worst thing to come out of the second worst thing to come out of the franchise. Now, I could always tolerate Candace as a teen. She was always the one teen on the show, but her stupid, she was usually just used as this one joke that she tries to bust them, but always fails. Because I guess Phineas and Ferb need the 2 main characters and everyone to be teenagers now. Really. This is the worst Phineas and Ferb episode. There is no other. Let's see. There are the good episodes of Phineas and Ferb. Then there's this episode of Phineas and Ferb. I never thought Phineas and Ferb could get quite as bad as this one episode, but nope. Darren Paul and Jeff Swampy Marsh proved me wrong. We're making an episode of Phineas and Ferb where our main characters are teens. And another stupid thing. Isabella and Phineas and Ferb have not expressed how they feel about each other in 10 years. Really? 10 years? But the part where they get together is the only okay part of the episode for me.
See ya. in 2 weeks.
This is my favorite. Can't argue with this part. But the rest of this episode I hated. The story of him being teased. As bad as most of this episode is, I did still find at least one plus to it, and that is that it's still better to watch than the grown-up parodies of Phineas and Ferb. But this is still easily my least favorite Phineas and Ferb episode. The thing for this episode is very little talked about, though. But I am glad this episode is not the finale of Phineas and Ferb. Because there's no way this could be the finale. It's second. Finale is actually the last day of summer. This is actually made to be the last episode. I'm sure Dick and Paul Ryder and Jeff Swampy Marshall work hard to make it a good episode. So, I'm glad it's not the last episode. And it's still not the worst thing I ever saw, but by Phineas and Ferb standards, it is really bad. Well, this video is just about over. Hope you enjoyed. And if you don't agree with my list of Phineas and Ferb episodes, that's okay. This is just my opinion. Bye, and thanks for watching. This is Seth Cornell, and I see you in my next video. Oh yeah, next week's video is going to be best Phineas and Ferb episodes. Are you interested in that? Okay, bye. See you next time. This is Seth Cornell, and I hope you be good. Hope you stay good.